Hey, it's Hirsch and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a chill draw with me session while unboxing and using supplies from the Upcrate February box. Upcrate is a mystery art subscription box service, which means that you can subscribe and receive a combination of mystery art supplies from boxes each month. A subscription costs 22 euros, around 25 USD, for 1 month, or you can buy a 3-month subscription for 64 euros, around 71 USD. According to Upcrate's website, the cost of all the supplies inside the box is actually worth more than the cost of the box itself, so basically it's a very nice bargain. Sometimes they feature artists and collaborate with them, so you can receive prints and stickers, such as in the February 2022 crate, they feature the artist Nami Kanani. Thank you so much to the kind people at Upcrate for sending this to me to review, and also make sure to use the code DRAW15, which is on the screen, to get a 50% discount on your subscription. So here's everything that comes inside the box. To start, we have 3 nylon brushes. Also included is a tube of black acrylic gouache, and along with that, we also have an eyedropper used for dropping in like water and stuff onto your paint palette. Also, can we just talk about the packaging? I absolutely love the theme. It's like a mystical fairy tale sort of thing, and I love the whole vibe. With each crate, there's also a magazine that explains all the art supplies, as well as the featured artists and some of their illustrations. Continuing, you have multiple sheets of the Saunders Waterford Hot Pressed 300 GSM watercolor paper. This is a super high quality paper as well, so I'm really happy that they included this. Like I said before, the box also has stickers, a poster, and a print from the featured artist. So here is a closer look at everything in the box. Like I said before, the magazine, it has the featured artists and small tutorial for their process for creating an illustration. I think it's really cool because you can learn about different artists. You can also discover new art supplies and stuff. Here is a small package that the box also came with that I was talking about earlier. I absolutely love the packaging, so I was kind of sad when I had to rip it apart. But inside, we have 6 tubes of acrylic gouache in the colors red, white, this hot pink, yellow, blue, and black. We also have this Pilot Gel Ink Pen .04 and a Pentel Superfine Mechanical Pencil. Along with this, here's the eyedropper that I mentioned earlier and the 3 brushes. They have a flat brush, they also have a round brush, and they also have a small round brush, which is like for adding details and everything. So these are pretty much all the primary brushes that you'll need for any illustration. And along with all this, there's also a small blending sponge. And yeah, that's pretty much everything that is included inside the box. So now we can head on to the drawing. So that was everything that was inside the box, and using it, I'm going to be drawing Venti from the popular RPG game Genshin Impact. I used the watercolor paper that they gave me in the box, as well as the acrylic gouache to do this illustration. I don't think I used many things outside from what was included in the box, except maybe the fine liners for this illustration, which are the Micron Pigma ones, but I mainly did use the Pilot gel ink pen and also the washi tape, which is from Arctic. But anyways, the painting was pretty much done primarily using the acrylic gouache, so that's pretty much all that matters. So I think I haven't painted in quite a while. It's been close to 4 months or 3 or 4 months, something like that. I think I've just been swamped with school, and painting usually takes a lot longer for me, whereas if I'm using markers or like graphite or something else like that, it's just a faster process. Although this is probably because I haven't really mastered painting, so I could go faster if I wanted to, but I haven't like sat down and like learned how to paint well, and I haven't like mastered it or any of the shortcuts or anything like that. So I'm genuinely slower at this than I am at markers, which is something that I spent a lot of time for perfecting and everything. So the reason why I chose to paint Venti, I think I had this like concept idea in my mind, brewing in the back of my mind for a couple of days. Basically Venti holding an apple, and he is in his, like, he has wings and like his like sort of other outfit besides the game, if that makes any sense. If you know like the lore, you'd know that this is like his other outfit as the Animal Archon. But yeah, I think I was originally going to do this digitally, but I probably still am. But I thought it was a good way to see how good I am at mixing the gouache colors. You'll see that at the end of this painting, it's like super colorful, and I like to say that I got pretty good at mixing colors as well to create like exactly which colors I want. If you didn't notice before, the box only comes with the primary colors, a hot pink, reddish color, also a white and a black. Speaking of which, the white tube that they gave was also like twice as big as any of the other tubes that they gave, which I think is really thoughtful, because we all know that white is like the first color to run out. whenever you are painting or anything like that. So I think it's really nice that they took this into consideration and they gave us like more white paint than anything else. So anyways, I had to learn how to mix the colors together because there wasn't like a variation, like there were only 6 colors that I could use. This was definitely a great exercise because I'm so used to like drawing on my iPad, and at this point I can create like any color that I want, and even if I don't like how it looks on the iPad, I can just go over it or erase it as many times as I want and just like undo and redo basically. Whereas in a painting, you actually do have to spend time like perfecting the skill and learning colors and color theory and everything, and like how much white or black paint to add, what colors to mix to get what you want, etc. So limiting your colors is a great way to generally improve your color theory as well. I also really like the concept for this illustration. Like I mentioned before, I think one of the main reasons I stopped drawing for a little bit was because my art was a bit too bland in a sense. It was like too simple, and like there wasn't a lot of detail or concept involved in it, or like background or anything. So these types of drawings are definitely like really fun to do because they do take a lot of work, but they're also like fun projects for me to like involve myself in. Also, for the process of this drawing, I treated it very similarly to how I do digital art. So usually I go in and I do basic colors for everything, adding a little bit of shading and color variation, like adding warm and cool toned hues and everything. So after everything is done, I merge it together and then I start rendering, which is kind of like what I started doing in this painting. So what I did is after I finished like the base layers and like I figured out where all the hues are and everything, and I had like the shadows and the values in place, I went in with a smaller detail brush and I added in more sharp edges and shadows. I diluted the acrylic wash a lot during the base layers and at the beginning of the painting. I think I was like a little bit nervous with like going down with any colors like opaquely, but now I wasn't watering it down as much when I was like rendering per se, so it was a lot more opaque and like finalized. Another thing to learn about acrylic wash is that once you put it down, you can't lift it back up like you do with the regular wash. So it's more like towards the acrylic paint side rather than watercolors, which is basically what gouache is. It's a mix of the two. Watching the painting time lapse is also really fun and rewarding in the end, because you can see how the painting really comes together after you like add the details and you render and everything. During the process though, you do have to be very patient and take your time, which is something that I really respect in painters or artists in general, because it takes a lot of like skill and talent and time to like continue the drawing even when it's in the ugly stage. Rendering is also really fun because I get to add more like saturated colors to shadows, and I get to make them look more appealing in a sense, and I get to like make them look prettier basically. So I really like the rendering stage because it's like, wow, I'm almost done with this painting, which just kind of encourages me to like give the final stretch and just motivates me to continue. Rendering the wings was probably the hardest part of this whole illustration because I had no idea how they looked. Me being me, I didn't find a reference picture for them, so I was just like going off memory, trying to like replicate them based on this image that I had in my head, which I don't even know where it came from because I don't usually like draw anything with the wings. So this was definitely like more hard, and you can see me, I'm like adding in a bunch of colors and trying to render it and everything. So yeah, I was just trying to make it look appealing. I wanted like a warmer color tone for the right side of the painting because that's going to be like kind of where the front of the wing is for Venti, and then towards the left of the painting it's going to be more in shadows, so there's going to be like more cooler tones. You can kind of see the difference because his other wing is a lot darker than the wing on the right. So yeah, I don't think it came out that well, but I tried. So as I finished the painting, I wanted to go over the drawing again using a fine liner to enhance the details more, so I went ahead and I used the microns again for some of it. For most of it though, I did use the Pilot gel pen included in the crate, and it actually worked really well over paint because it has such a thin but like sharp tip, which is really nice because for some reason my microns just like dry out whenever I use them over paint, which is really annoying because then I have to get them working again. But the Pilot color Eno was actually like really nice. So this painting was really fun, and I really enjoyed using the supplies as well. Thank you so much to Upcrate for sending this to me, and make sure to check out their crates linked in the description. I think mystery art boxes are a great way to push yourself out of your comfort zone and experiment with new art supplies and everything. You might even find like a new favorite, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!